Hello, everyone. Welcome to the age of the customer. Today's customers are more powerful than ever. With the ability to shift markets and determine a company's success in a matter of seconds, customers have the ultimate power. They are not expecting products or features or gimmicks. They want complete and effortless customer experiences, and they're disrupting entire markets in the process. With more technology and information at the hands of every customer, customers have the ultimate power. As an IT organization, we need to be able to respond to those customer technical needs faster and more efficiently than ever. But how do we create an organization who can adapt and address those needs quickly? So today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Salesforce and how we are being transformed by this age of the customer, and how we create a culture of customer centricity in our IT and engineering organization so we can be at the leading edge of this customer revolution. Let me just start by telling you a little bit about Salesforce. Salesforce was started in 1999, 16 years ago, with an idea of really transforming enterprise software. We brought a new technology model, a new business model, and a new philanthropic model. Our new technology model was the cloud, the ability for customers to quickly build applications and deploy them without having to worry about the software, without having to worry about upgrades and security and data redundancy. This was a big leap, and it required us to really to build trust with our customers and potential customers that we could do scalability, reliability, performance, better or as good as the customers were doing in their own data centers. So it really made us put this idea of customer centricity and trust at the forefront of everything we do as an IT and engineering organization. The other thing is we were launching a new business model, this idea of subscription services, pay-as-you-go model of software. And this also required us to have a strong relationship with our customers to understand how they were using our software. If they were not getting value out of our software, they wouldn't renew. And so it really made us focus on making our customers successful with our software. And it's been quite a ride. We've had a lot of success through the success of our customers. We are now the 4th largest enterprise software company in the world, and we're on the Fortune 500. We've also been named one of Forbes' most innovative companies for 5 years in a row, which I'm really proud of as a technologist. This has a very complex formula based on our returns and our growth, but it's also based on interviews with our customers and how our software is helping our customers be innovative in their own space. And so I think it's been great to see that the success of our customers has really led to the success of our company. And I would be remiss to talk about Salesforce without mentioning our philanthropic model. Salesforce started with this model of giving back, and we started with a model called 1-1-1, which means that we gave 1% of our company equity, 1% of our company time, and 1% of our company products to nonprofits. And over 16 years, that's really added up to over 1.3 million time hours that our employees are donating to nonprofits, and 28,000 nonprofits that are using our software. And so it's been great to see, as we've been doing well, how we can give back to the rest of the community. And it's great and inspiring to hear other companies that are doing the same. So that was from the company roots, but really we're in this new age of the customer, and we are seeing more of a revolution with the amount of information and devices that customers have every day. In mainframes, you're looking at thousands of devices. When you move to client server, you're talking to millions. But now that we're looking at cell phones and tablets and watches, you're looking at billions of connected devices and trillions of customer interactions. And that's a really big challenge for all of us. So really, to meet the demands of all of this data and all of these customer interactions, you really need to look at putting the customer in the center of IT. So really thinking about your employees, your communities, your partners, your customers, and all of the technology and application and data around them. So instead of focusing on the applications, really thinking about the customer and what their needs are and how you can drive value for them. I'm going to talk about 3 areas that we're seeing with some of our customers and internally with this customer revolution. The first is mobile phones. The rise of mobile phones is unprecedented. By 2020, there will be over 6 billion smartphones. And we're all looking to figure out how we can connect with the customers through mobile. I think it was interesting to hear Lakshmi talk. They're a great customer of ours, of how they are really transforming their business. They're one of the most recognizable brands in the industry as a beverage company, and yet they're using technology to build mobile applications for their customers, but also for their partners and their distributors, so that they can go in and look at placement and figure out the right stocking and be able to respond to their customer demands faster. And that's really inspirational to see. The other thing is, with all of these devices, really thinking about the amount of it's not just about the smartphone, it's really about all of the connected products, whether you're Caterpillar connecting all of your fleet of vehicles, or your GM thinking about your cars. All of these devices are creating data and interactions with customers. And so thinking about how you can create a journey with a customer. Customer doesn't care whether they're walking into a store, they're going to your website, or they're calling your help desk. They're the same customer, and they want to be treated like the same customer. And so really thinking about how the data flows through your system and how you can map that so that you can give these one-to-one personal connections with the customers is really important. This is true even in your in-house and with your employees. So at Salesforce, we're looking at how we can map the customer journey of our intern employees this summer. So we're looking at what are the things that an intern are going to do over the summer, how can we set them up for success with the right communication, the right onboarding, the right check-ins throughout the summer, so that they can have the best experience ever, they can have a productive summer building great IT and engineering applications for our customers, and then they can, and then they'll return at the end of the summer and become full-time employees with us. And finally, with all of the devices that we're talking about, there is a massive amount of data that all of these devices are generating. 90% of the world's data has been created in the last year, and it's really not just about it's really about figuring out how you can use that data to make smarter, more predictive, intelligent decisions. Uber has been transforming the taxi industry, but it's not just about creating an app. It's really about using predictive analytics to understand what's going on in their markets, to be able to send traffic when they predict that there's going to be a surge in demand, to be able to come up with the right pricing models, and also to go into other markets like food delivery. And so it's really impressive to see how that they are using data to transform their industry. So how do we respond? There's massive amounts of data, but the real problem is there's this customer gap. So most companies are looking at all of the data that is being generated by their systems and their devices and their customers, and yet they're only really looking at and using 1% of the data in their enterprise. So it's a big gap of information that is out there that is really being untapped, and that customers, you could be serving your customers better using. What's also really interesting is when you ask customers, how much are the companies engaging with you where you do business? And 77% of customers say that they're not really being engaged with the customers that they're giving money to, that the companies that they're going to and driving business for. And so that's a big opportunity for all of us to become customer companies. And so what does it mean to be a customer company? It's really about connecting with your customers in a whole new way, allowing your employees and your customers to drive their job and their business from your phone, to build these one-to-one targeted customer interaction and journeys, and to get smarter about your business and your customers. And it all starts with putting your customers at the center of IT. So really mapping out all of your products and all of your systems, all of your applications, but thinking about it with the customer in the center, how these systems and how the data really relates to that customer, so that you can really think about what their needs are and how you can respond better. I wanted to shift gears a little bit about talking about how we address this in the engineering organization, because I think it's really important to have a culture of customer centricity so that you can respond quickly and adapt to the needs of these customers coming in. So one of the things that we do is we really connect all of our employees to our customers. Whether you're a network engineer or a lawyer or a software developer, we expect all of our employees to understand our business and to engage with our customers. Every year we have a large event called Dreamforce. Maybe some of you have heard of it. It brings all of our customers, our partners, our developers, all to the same place. And we have our employees there engaging with the customers. They might be giving a talk, talking about what they do, or they might be just walking the halls, volunteering, talking with the customers about how they're using software, what their biggest challenges are, and what their needs are. And I think that really helps us to get in the heads of our customers to figure out how we can build better technology. But it's not just about Dreamforce. We're always thinking about ways that we can have our employees engaging with customers. It could be as simple as going to a customer meeting or interacting with them on a case, having usability studies done with customers, or a pilot program. We also have a product called the Idea Exchange, where all of our customers can come and submit ideas for the products or ask questions, and they can engage with each other. And so if there is a idea that someone has for a feature, they could put that in the Idea Exchange, and other people can vote up the idea. And this is a great way for us as we scale and have more and more customers for us to get a pulse of what's going on in our customers' minds, so that we can build better products for them. The other thing that we're doing in our IT organization is having a training system in place for us to map out the internal customers for our IT, and so that they can have a focus of customer centricity within those organizations, because sometimes they're several steps removed from the ultimate customers, external customers. And so what we've done in these is on day one, they invite some of their stakeholders and customers in for a training program, and they ask questions about what some of the biggest challenges they're having within the company. It could be with hardware procurement or networking or anything like that. And some of the product engineering team will talk about some of the challenges that they're having. Then the teams will go off and do these ideation sessions and come up with solutions. And then the next day, they'll come back to those customers and pitch the ideas and refine them to figure out how they can build better solutions. And I think having that customer empathy and having that focus on the customers has really helped us transform all of our systems, whether it's the back office IT or our infrastructure. But this also impacts how we're delivering products to our own customers. As we engage with customer, one of the things that we've seen is just a disconnected experiences across all of the different devices that our customers have. When you're looking at your smartphones and your tablets and your web browsers, there's just so many different devices, and people just want to feel like it's a seamless device anywhere that they go, seamless experience. And so that helped us drive innovation and build the Lightning platform, which is really one platform that works across all experiences, across all devices. And we have over 90,000 customers now using this, all because we're talking to our customers, understanding what their needs are, and trying to anticipate them before it's a big challenge. Trust has been the number one value at Salesforce from the very beginning. As I mentioned, it was really key to the success in the early days to build this new technology model. But I think it's also important as customers are getting more and more information and more choices to keep trust as our number one value. So every year we do an annual planning process at Salesforce where we list our top initiatives for the year. And these are going to be things like new markets, new products that we're doing, business objectives, about revenue targets. But always every year at the top of that list is trust. So it's the number one value is trust, the number one initiative that we do. And I always found this funny when I started at Salesforce, because I said, we're never going to be done with this goal. Like, this is an unattainable goal. We're always going to be striving for trust. But what I found is, as we're a company that's growing, we have new employees every year, it's really important for us to explicitly state this as a goal, because when we're building our new mobile application and we're under the a tight deadline for shipping, knowing that trust is above that initiative on the company priorities means that we're not going to take any shortcuts. We're not going to lower the bar for quality and our customer success just because we have a new initiative or a new revenue target or anything like that. And so I think that's been really key to our engineering culture, is to explicitly state that trust is our number one goal and our customer success. And trust goes across security, it goes across performance, it goes across availability, it encompasses a lot of different things. It's also important to really have customer transparency. As you know, on Twitter, customers will be very vocal anytime there's an outage or an issue. And it's more important for us to share that information to our customers before they hear it from somebody else. So we have a site called trust.salesforce.com that you can go to, and you can see all the availability, the performance times, any alerts, both on our infrastructure side and our application side. And we think that this is a way that we build trust with our customers. We earn their trust every single day, and by giving them transparency, and even when there are impacted issues, so that they can know that we are acting on them, that we're responding, and we're striving to get better every day, keeps that trust with our customers. Security, though, is top-notch for anything within trust, and everything we do goes through a very thorough security audit. And we look at security in terms of zones. We have our application security zone and our infrastructure level zone. And it's very important anytime we're building new infrastructure, new services, and new applications, that we're looking at all of the different aspects of security. But part of this is really generating a mindset of customer-first security with our employees. So every first day, every employee goes through a first day training within our engineering and our IT organizations, and we tell them, you should act as if you're the chief trust officer, the chief security officer for Salesforce. We want you to be aware of what's going on, to understand that security is of our utmost top priority, and for you not to be aware and to report anytime you see something suspicious. This can be anything from getting a suspicious email or not letting someone that you don't know follow you in the door, but really looking at both our physical and our digital security. We've created a gamification program around this where you can earn trust points and security points for reporting issues or going through training or doing different security activities. And we think it's a way to really embrace this security-first mindset. And then with everything we do, we have a high bar for quality and continuous testing. Every feature and infrastructure delivery that we have goes through a series of automated testing. We have over 300,000 tests that get run every time someone does a check-in. We also have a readiness bar for when we're ready to deliver something that every feature has to go through. What I love about Salesforce is we have this very flexible permissioning system. So every new product that we build is put behind a perm. And if it doesn't meet the quality bar for shipping, it gets shut off. So it doesn't impact the release. Our releases go on as normal. We're able to stay agile and deliver things very quickly without jeopardizing or compromising on trust. And then the other thing that I think is really key to this trust with our customers is, we all aspire to have software that never has any defects and or customer impact, but we all know the realities of software. And so we create this, we don't shield our developers, our engineers from the customers. So if there's a customer impacting problem that our support team cannot address, we bring the engineering in, and we'll have them sometimes talk to the customers to understand and be able to reproduce the problem so that we can quickly solve it. I love this because it helps build trust with the customer so that they know that we're acting on the problem, that they can see that we're treating this seriously and that we're swarming around it and putting it as our top priority. But it also builds that customer empathy with our employees so that they know the impact that they're making with their software and that they can understand the impact of resolving it and making sure that things like this don't happen again. Anytime we have a customer impacting issue, we have a RCA process, a root cause analysis process. I like to call it a blameless post-mortem. And the idea is for us to really get to the bottom of the problem. We do what's called the 5 whys. And we ask, why did that happen? Okay, and then why did that thing that happened? And then why did that thing that happened? And what we find is we can really get to the bottom of an issue so that we can put in remediation so they never happen again. It could be simple as, I know we were doing a release and the operator had a typo and it caused some major issue, conflict with the system. And so the question will be, why did it happen? Oh, it was a typo. And the next question will be, well, why was it possible for there to be a manual, why are we writing manual commands? Why is it possible for someone to make a mistake in the deployment? How can we automate it so this can never happen again? And we do this without pointing out names, without putting groups on the spot, so that we can get this transparency with our customers, or with our employees, so that they're part of the process and part of the solution to helping us build better software. And so I really feel like as we're looking at the whole age of the customer and how we're building new applications that can respond to this new digital era, keeping trust and customer centricity at the heart of all of your employees really helps you respond to those demands and build that customer empathy with your customers. And I wanted to add one last thing as I go, and this is this notion of gratitude. At every single conference that we have at Salesforce, we actually start out with a slide and say thank you. We thank our customers for coming to our events, for being our customers, for helping be partners in our overall success. And I want to do the same here for you. Thank you all for coming today. For those in the audience that are customers, thank you for being customers. And thank you to this great event for being part of this conversation.